Welcome back. Yep, so we'll continue Hockey Day in Canada now. We'll look at the next two games. I don't think I've used that Coyotes magnet on the board before. I don't think I have. Maybe during the summer. Maybe. Anyways, we're going to start off talking about that game first. The Nashville Predators and the Arizona Coyotes. With Saros versus Ingram, there's a near miss by Trennan early on. Preds draw a power play. That was killed off. But by the end of that, the shots are already 6-0 Nashville. So Arizona fortunate at that point to still be tied. Then there was a press by Nashville again at 3.5 minutes. It's all Preds. So Carrier then has a shot that's held. Ingram's the story. And then at 9:52 on, I think it was the second shot the Coyotes had, Keller scores from Gunther and Durzi. He tips that one in. It's a backdoor goal on a tic-tac-toe play. Easy for me to say. And it's 1-0 Arizona. Coyotes go to the power play. Huge shift in momentum in this game. That was killed off, just the one shot, and then Nashville gets power play. They cycle early. Ingram holds. That's killed off, just the one shot there as well. Ingram then holding on to any puck that comes within reach. Connor Ingram has a very simple style of play, and it works for him. So kudos to him for that. Novak has a net drive chance that's held as well. Gurianov has a rush chance that's blocker to side. The Coyotes rush. Carcone fires one high on a net drive, but it's 1-0 Arizona after the first. Second period, early press by the Coyotes, and they would score. Keller on a nice cross-crease pass on a turnover. Michelli with the assist there at 1 minute and 20 seconds. Nashville looks to respond. Dumba flattens Novak, which draws a crowd. Nashville ends up coming out of that with a power play, which wasn't for the hit by Dumba. They do score on the power play. It's post and in through a screen for Yossi. Nyquist with the assist at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Teams exchange turnovers. Things getting a bit sloppy in this, although nowhere near as sloppy as some of the play was in this. Just insane. But the shots are 7-2 for Nashville at 6 minutes. So both in the first and the second, Nashville with really strong starts. The problem being they're down 2-1. Kesselring fires one high as Arizona presses. Stetcher's denied. Bugstad can't bury one. And then Carcone with his first goal in 14 games. He scores from McBain and Durzi at 9:50. He buries that one in close to make it a 3-1 lead in favor of Arizona. Preds look to answer. There's a post then for Gunther, so we were almost at 4-1. Preds draw a power play. They cycle. There's a near miss for Nyquist. Things get pushed in a hole by Ingram. That's killed off. Gunther fires one high on a rush. With 1:09 left, the Preds go to the power play. Arizona got in the box a lot today, and honestly, they kind of got away with it, even though there is a power play goal for Nashville today. O'Reilly's denied and close. They cycle. It's cleared out after 2 periods. It is 3-1 in favor of Arizona. Third period, Coyotes finish the kill. We then get a power play for the Coyotes. Cooley to Gunther gets blocked. Saros denies Cooley. And the next shot for Cooley ends up hitting the bar. And then there was a crossbar for Gunther as well. That power play's killed off thanks to the crossbars. Evangelista has a net feed. That's picked off. The shots are 2-0 Coyotes at 6.5 minutes. We have too many Coyotes on the ice, so a power play for Nashville. Preds cycle. Yossi fires one high. Coyotes clear, and then they clear it again. Things get pushy on an Ingram hold with about 6 seconds left in that power play. They do kill that off. McBain's denied and close. The Coyotes press with 4.5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with a little over 3 minutes left. And then Carcone hits the post on the empty netter. So that's not the move you want. O'Reilly gets robbed. Ingram holds. And then Novak makes it interesting. At 18:42 during the 6-on-5, he scores from Forsberg to make it 3-2. And that one banks in off Ingram's arm. There was like maybe an inch worth of net that was there. NHLers today are really good at these bank shots and trick shots, and just it's fun to watch. With 10.4 seconds left, the Coyotes ice the puck, but in the end, they do win this. It was a tough one, and if they'd buried an empty netter, they could have made it a little bit easier on themselves. But the Coyotes win 3-2. They go to 22-19-3 with the win. Nashville 25-20-1 with the loss. Shots on net: 12-6 Nashville in the first, 13-11 Nashville in the second, 9-8 Arizona in the third. Final shots 33-26 for the Preds. Nashville 1 for 6 on the power play. Arizona 0 for 2. The hits 28-26 Arizona. Saros saves 23 out of 26, and Ingram saved 31 out of 33. He really was the story today. Connor Ingram, pretty good at that whole goaltending thing. All right, and the other game that we can review now is Winnipeg and Ottawa. So Winnipeg, again, they don't bring their A game, but they get the 2 points. This is something we saw with them against Chicago not too long ago. We see it again today. Not bringing their A game against the teams that are down towards the bottom of the standings, but they survive. So it's Hellebuck versus Corpusalo. No Scheifele in the lineup for Winnipeg, which may be part of the reason why Winnipeg's offense struggled in this. Lowry's a good forward. I don't know about him as first line, but hey, these things happen. And again, you come out with a couple of points. Good early back and forth. No shots on net 3 minutes in, but some good flow there. Teams exchange turnovers, both teams picking off passes, and that was the storyline throughout this game. Ottawa was very good at creating turnovers, but then they would hand the puck back. So it was really kind of an entertaining game from that perspective. I'm sure the coaches, a few more gray hairs coming out of this game. So Giroux has a shot on a turnover, that's saved. Connor then has a rush that draws the Jets' power play. The Jets cycle. Morrissey fires one wide. There's a shorthanded rush by Joseph. His shot was saved. The Jets cycled late. That power play's killed off. One shot for Winnipeg during that power play, which I think was taken off later. Again, the shots, they come, they go. So the shots are 4-1 Ottawa at 9 minutes. We get a power play for the Sens. They cycle. The Jets clear it out. Tarasenko has a tip chance. That's held. Power play's killed off. There were no official shots on net. Again, that Tarasenko one may have become a shot later. Who knows? So Chabot has a sharp angle shot that's blocked as the Sens press. Maybe the amount of uncertainty when it comes to injuries, they've decided to do that with shots too. Like, maybe it's a shot, maybe it isn't. Maybe he's hurt, maybe he's not. So then we had a fight between Dylan and Tkachuk after a clean hit on Tony Nato, or after a hit on Tony Nato. Sorry. I'm not going to say clean hit because I'm pretty sure there was a power play as a result of the hit on Tony Nato. And it was nice to see Dylan jump up for his teammate. Who stayed in the game, but again, and Tkachuk, good on him for being willing to drop the gloves in that situation. So the Jets come out of that with a power play. There's an early clear, a shorthanded rush by Chartier as well. That power play's killed off just the one shot. So it's scoreless after one, and Ottawa's out shooting Winnipeg. Winnipeg only had 4 shots in that first period. So second period, early jump for the Sens. Tarasenko has a shot that's held. 3 minutes into the period, the shots are 3-0 Ottawa. So again, Winnipeg just not their A game. Near miss for Greg, all Sens at this stage. We get a power play for Ottawa. Chabot has a point shot that's held. The Jets clear it out. They kill that off, and then the Jets draw a power play. Ehlers hits the outside of the net. It's cleared out. Connor has a shot that's blocked. The Sens clear again. We get 6 seconds of 4-on-4, and then it's Ottawa's power play. Bit of a parade at this stage of the game, really. So everything gets killed off there. The shots are 7-5 for Ottawa with 7 minutes left. Jets really honestly stuck in neutral, and I put it on the board. They've been in neutral, and as soon as I wrote that, they scored. Just looking for the camera in here. Anyways, Appleton scores from Niederreiter and Sandberg at 14:35. I just assume that might be what's on their iPads. They have the option of THG cam. And did he just write that? We're in neutral. We'll show him. But yeah, it's a turnover by the Sens, and it's a 3-on-1 that leads to the goal. Appleton heating up again. And yeah, Niederreiter and Sandberg with the assists. It was a great play by Sandberg to help set that up, and a nice pass by Niederreiter to get to that goal. So there's a power play for the Jets soon after. They cycle. There's a shorthanded rush by Giroux. We end up with 26 seconds of 4-on-4. So the Jets pulling themselves off of a power play twice today. So the Sens had the power play after. Stützle has a slot shot. That's held. Tkachuk's denied. It's cleared out. It's all killed off. This is where we're into the Connor Hellebuck is trying to steal some points for Winnipeg portion of the program. Joseph has a net feed that's blocked. The Jets clear. The Sens with some momentum at the end of the period, but Winnipeg's ahead 1-0. Second period. Third period, I should say. Stützle has a net drive that's blocked. The Sens press. More pressure by the Sens 2 minutes in. Not that they're getting shots out of it, but they're getting zone time. Kastelik nearly ties it. The Jets clear. DeMello has a shot that's held. Things get pushy. Connor has a one-timer saved. And those are the only 2 shots in the period. 4.5 minutes in, the Sens yet to record one. But at 4:43 on a one-timer from the slot, Kelly on what might have been the first shot of the period for Ottawa. He scores from Tarasenko and Norris. Tkachuk then nearly adds one in close. Greg has a shot that's held. And again, it's all Ottawa at this point. So Winnipeg's just hanging on right here. Jets press at 7.5 minutes. The teams trade turnovers. I could have written that a lot on the board. I was trying not to write it a whole bunch of times because, yeah, there were a lot of picking off passes by both teams and a lot of situations where a guy in a rush was having his stick lifted a little bit, puck knocked off his stick, that kind of thing. So both defenses were playing well. Morrissey's then denied from the slot. Sanderson has a screenshot that saved. The Sens press. The fans call one. The referee does not. Jets press with 4.5 minutes left. Tkachuk then has a 3-on-2 chance that landed on top of the net. I was pretty sure that was going to fall off the top of the net, hit Hellebuck in the back, and go in, but it doesn't. It ends up behind the Jets' net. Post for Stutzla. Batherson has a rebound. That's held. The Mesnikov then tried a buzzer beater. That's held. We go to overtime. Jets control early. The Jets cycle. They back up. They change while the crowd's booing them. Ehlers has a shot that's saved. The Sens rush. Sanderson has a shot that's saved. Connor was then denied on a rush. Norris has a chance to deflect wide. And then Ehlers, filthy backhand. He wires one. Pionk and Nemesnikov with the assists of 4-12. So Winnipeg comes out with a 2-1 overtime win. They go to 30-10-4 with the win. The Sens 16-24-1. That third column now has a 1 in it for the Sens. Shots on net, 7-4 Ottawa in the first, 16-9 Ottawa in the second, 12-11 Winnipeg in the third, 4-1 Winnipeg in the overtime. Final shots 35-29 for the Sens. Both teams go 0 for 4 on the power play. Hits 21-18 for Ottawa. Hellebuck 34 saves on 35 shots. Korpisalo 27 saves on 29 shots. So the Jets' record run of games with 3 or less goals allowed, they're almost to an all-time NHL record. So it's close now, but at least modern day NHL record. But yeah, we'll see how far this can go. The Senators, I thought, played a good game. I think Jacques Martin should come out of this with some nice things to say. They got a point out of it against one of the best teams in the NHL. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you have not done so already. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.